So we've talked about measurement of regularly shaped objects like squares or rectangular prisms, spheres, cylinders, things like that. We've also talked about how to measure the volume of liquids using graduated cylinders. But one thing that we don't know how to do is how do we calculate the volume of something like this, where it's like a very irregularly shaped object. Like you see that lip there, it gets thicker as it comes down. This is a very weird shape, but require very complex mathematics to be able to actually calculate the volume using an equation. In the lab, it's much easier to do than that. And what we use is our understanding of how to measure liquids to help us figure out the volume of irregularly shaped objects. So what I've got here is a graduated cylinder right here, and you can see the image of that right down there. And I've got that measurement already made, and so you can see that. Now, if I were to take this guy and drop it in here, the liquid volume is going to rise. Now, did the volume of the liquid just rise because the water got bigger? No, it did not. It got bigger because this object takes up so much space. The amount of space that this takes up is what's causing it to rise. And so right now you can read it on your own, but to me I'd call that about 150. No, excuse me, 127, maybe 127. And so then if I drop this guy in, now one thing real quick, this is water, it just has food coloring in it. Now when you drop it in for water displacement, you have to kind of do it slowly because it can make a big splash. And so I slid it in there, and I'll attach a picture to where you can read that yourself and practice reading that. But you can see the object is in there now, okay? And if I read that guy, so we were at 127, now, whoa, that thing is all the way up. That'd be 180, 185, that's like 188. So the volume of this guy is pretty simple. What you would have to do is take 188, which is the final volume, minus whatever volume it was to begin with, which is 127. And so that would be 61 milliliters. So therefore the volume of this object right here is about 61 milliliters. That is the basics of water displacement. And with water displacement, you can pretty much find the volume of any shaped object that you want, as long as it sinks.